Hello, hello, hello. We're here on a Sunday afternoon. I figured I would do some drawing, and I did some the other day after I did my my try with John the other day. Came on and did a Moon Girl page. I don't know if you remember it, but I can show it to you. Let's see. It was this one that I disliked very much. Disliked very much. I think it was too much proportions were off. Everything was dislikable about it. And starting to lay out some other pages here, as you can see. But then I worked on this one, and I put in. I did this picture of a moon a long time ago uh, for some other pieces, and I don't know. I put it in all my pieces now, apparently. But I reworked it, and I like this page a lot better. So I figured I'm gonna sit on here for a little while and do some drawings. And if you're out there watching and you have any comments or anything, please share. I would love to hear from you. But yeah, I figured I'd come in and since this was going in the direction that I liked, I come back in and put some maybe some highlights, maybe some shadows. I think my issue was that it was too detailed, and I wasn't liking it detailed. I'm more of a I like the cartoony aspect of things. Didn't like that at all. It's too much on there. But I think I needed to kind of just take a step back from it for a little bit and just kind of give it some more thought and a little bit more sketch and coming in here and trying it again, as it were, so to speak, and seeing that I kind of like this better. If you if you look here, I'll show you the backgrounds on separate layers here. So all the backgrounds are on here. I work in a lot of layers. They tend to pile up. I know it's bad. Eventually, I go back in and I kind of eliminate or merge some layers together. But liking it so far and adding in the shadows. I figure whenever these pages get done, they get done. I'm not in any timeline with these. We want to stay out of that white area. Definitely want to stay out of that white area. Adding some shadows in. I think I might leave her cape and her hair is flat. I don't know. I may go back in and put something in the cape. But this is giving a little bit of depth to these guys. I don't know that I want to touch the white. I might just leave that as flat, although I'll think that it'll tend to look silly if I put on some shadows here and not on the white gloves or boots. So we'll see how that goes. I just noticed a black spot on here somewhere, and hopefully it'll be on my ink spot. Let's see. It's not. Now it's going to drive me nuts. I got to find out where that's from. I got to go back to this layer and this one. Buildings. Buildings. Nope. It could be on any one of these layers. It could be on a couple of layers. I'll just go back and fix it later. I'll probably just go on this one here and get that and just kind of cover it up in this layer. So it tells me it's up above. There it goes. See? There. I found it. Ha! I found the culprit. Okay. Now back to ink. Oop, that's not what I want. Let's see how. Now I don't know what I did there to deserve that, but fixing that as well. And I have the wrong number, or the wrong number, wrong color. Picked up the color again. Working out my favor. I'm on the wrong layer. Just realized. Just realized that. See, so this is what I was just talking about, is that it'll mess me up in terms of all the layers. So I got to be careful. Sometimes I go back and I have to search like some of these layers, and what did I put on what layer? But you know, that's what I have to deal with. It's my burden to bear. But I got to tell you, I am liking this page a lot better than the other one. So there's that. And maybe I'll just erase this one. Aha. See? There we go. Found what I wanted to do. Found it. That works. See, now she's got some shadow. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to do some of this shading behind her here. If that would be something that looks good. I might do some shading here. Let's see. I'm gonna fill that. That looks pretty good if I leave it as just a solid shape. Put more shadows on her and a little bit on the cape. I don't know if I want to do any of the folds or not. Let's see what that looks like. I like that. I don't know if I like that. I might just kind of keep it like that, so the cape looks a little bit more. And then the white, I like the stark whites along here. So, and start some background stuff with this, but let's see. I might have to kind of do this. See, I just create another layer and then hope it works out for the best. Fill that layer. No. I could be doing this. I want to differentiate those patterns from this one. It's weird sometimes because I will like I was liking the piece that I did the other day, but then I started redrawing it because I have, almost from the beginning, there was something nagging me about it, and it just wasn't doing it for me. So but this one a little bit more on the simpler and cartoonier side. So it kind of did a lot for me in terms of what I wanted it to look like. So these shadows are just on the building, and more so to kind of pull out in terms of what this, pull her out more of the background. That's what I'm looking to do. We can only tell in time if I was successful or not. So I want them to pull out from one side of the building and not the other. Sometimes I like filling shapes, sometimes I don't. That works pretty well. Let's see. In the top layer, something there. That's not working. Who knows? So I'll just put this on this layer here. And it's not on that layer, so it means it's above. So let's put it on the top layer. There we go. So you need this background here. This one needs some, and I always forget, change layers. I always like to use limited color palette, but there we go. Maybe it doesn't make sense color-wise sometimes, but it works. It works for me. I think I like that page a lot better. It works much more for me now. I'm digging it. Now, the last thing I might play with is to see the shadow on here. So I went with a darker of that. I'm going to go back to my colors here and see if there is a lighter color, something like that. And go back to my swatches and do that. Let's see. I'm going to try this on, go back above to my shadows. See if I like those. See. So it is a lighter color, so maybe I'll just do this on the hand here. And maybe I do. I want to kind of leave the hair, the eyes, and the symbol on her chest alone, and just add these in here a little bit. Kind of digging it actually. I was gonna kind of leave the whites alone, but kind of digging them. Because I don't have to add them to a lot of places, just kind of like the boots and the gloves. If that works as a shadow for me, I'll take it and leave it. Again, kind of like a distinctive type of look. And then down. I think that works for me. I think I'm liking it better than I was the other day. So I may come back and change some things in the sky here, but I'm liking this limited color palette on here. So, oh yeah, man. Thanks, the NFA. Thanks. Appreciate that. Trying some Moon Girl stuff here. Well, it's not Moon Girl. I have a different name for it. I'm just calling it Moon Girl now. So I think I'm liking that page a lot more than I was. You know. So then, um, let's see. I was working on this thing and not liking this because I'm coming back and I see things sometimes. And again, lots of pencil layers I put on here. So I may change. Oh, forgot to change to my sketching. These I draw these sometimes on different pieces of paper, and then I bring them in and just trace them over on here. Because sometimes I draw in my notebook a pose that I want, and other times I build them in here. And this guy's eyes, I gotta find this guy's eyes because I don't. They're looking a little too high for me. Let me just move them down a bit. I'm not liking his hood either, so I'll probably come back in here with the changes on a different layer. Shorten the face. Sometimes when I draw these things, I come back and I look at them later, and I see something off. And now this is the story of my life, drawing all the time. I will constantly come back and look at things and change things, and they'll look off to me. All right, that's looking a little bit better. Because like I said, see, I'm probably going to get rid of this arm here, and something specific for this. I have to put these in afterwards. Oh. All right, inking time. So now I will probably go in and merge some of these things down. It's going to all be erasable anyway. And I'll go back in and inks. Mm-hmm. Pick the black. Pick my ink. I'll go back to my sketch real quick because I don't like her eyes. Looking like they should be a bit higher. Kind of like that, I think. All right, now my inks. I'll get those eyes first because came in and changed them first in black. They look like two totally different eyes. So that's not working for me, although I think I like this one better. Gonna rework this one a little bit. Try and match it to that one. The other thing I forgot to do was some of the lines confuse me sometimes, and I could see them better this way. And right there, see, I'm glad I did that because that part right there was not. That part right there was not working for me. And now I have to go back to my other drawing because I can't remember if I did those in white. I did do those in white. Okay. That's what I thought. Oops. Let's see here. Where did I put them? Where did those pages go? Lost all my pages. Lost them. Lost them. So now I'm searching for everything. Should have moved it to the top. Can't find them now. Discombobulated. Lots of stuff. I was working on stuff. Here we go. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I didn't like that at all. Nope, didn't match up. Need a steady hand sometimes. Sometimes my hand gets away from me. Sometimes the line weight doesn't match. And I gotta kind of smooth it out a bit. It's snowing here in New York, actually. And there's a lot of it coming down. We're supposed to get maybe like up to 8 inches maybe tonight, which is a lot of snow, actually. More snow than I would like, truth to tell. So that's a thing. I'm going to turn these, since I'm going to turn these white, I'm going to go back in and give that a smoother look. Because those lines are going to be white. And then I should probably just make them white to begin with. Should put in a dark background though, but I think we'll go back to the That line didn't match up at all. Sometimes I think, what is happening with these lines? Sometimes adjustments happen in the moment. This looks too much. And this would have to be trimmed back. Yeah. Gotta fix that line a little bit. Make it not so thick. I know. It's looks crooked to me. My face looks a little crooked to me in this area. Nope, that didn't work for me at all. Much better. Still looks a little off. And honestly, this eye looks smaller. The digital gods will let me play with that a bit. And then let's play with the cape a little bit. It's going to come up to her hair, but I don't like the way that looked. Like that. That. This is a little too. I know. It's going to be a line in here somewhere. I have to go back in and fix the hair to white eventually. I could worry too much about the lines when they intersect, because then they'll pop out against the background, I guess. Take some license with the flow of things sometimes. I think I have to go bigger with this. So as I was saying, it's snowing here, so it's I figured not really a go out time. So I figured I would just sit and draw for a little while. I do have to do some other stuff, but I figured an hour or so come in and work on this page would be something that would kind of give me a little break on things. I think I have to go a little bit lower on that, much lower on this thing. It looks a little better standing out from the background. You can see it now. And I'm going to put these on a different layer. Too much, went too low on that one. And this is the most riveting part. All these shards of glass. There's going to be a lot of them. So, yeah. Then there's going to be a layer in between with the shatter marks. Oh, that flattened out. Didn't like that at all. These might all be, these shards of glass will probably, I'm doing them in black, but may put a filter on and change them in color. We shall see. We shall see. Look at that, shatters of glass. And this may get boring, not only to you, but to me too. So I only do a few of these and then I shift to somewhere else. Because then if I draw too many of these, it just doesn't do things for me either. I'll shift to something else. I'll shift to like her here. Let's see, I forgot to change. And that's the problem. I'll forget to shift layers. Should be working on a ton of other things, but every once in a while, something fun that I don't have to really think about too much because it's already laid out in my sketchbook, and then I just bring the pages in or pencil them in here. Is just a fun thing, and I don't have to think about the other things that I have to do or should be doing. That won't match the pace of her hair that I've drawn elsewhere, but it will have to do. And it's my book, and I can change things if I want them to change. I'm just going to go back and do a quick check to see how I didn't show it, but I know how it goes, and I just wanted to make sure. Don't want that big mark there. Cape hair. See, so even if there's no one out there, I'm still drawing. Still gonna draw. Getting notifications from everything. I don't know what's happening here. Mm-hmm. Good times. I always do that. Again, not wearing my gloves is where that those things happen. Now, let's do the eyes are different sizes on purpose. I want to give her some personality. Perfect. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes not so much. That one's looking not so much. Yeah, it's working out for me. Mm. Something else bothering me. These panels sometimes. Let's see if I can. I came out a little too thick there. A little bit better. And I take the same one on this side here. Shorten that one up a bit. Hey, look at that. They look more even flow. Even flow. Yeah. And this one is off kilter. Too much. Yeah, that shoulder's up way too high. So I'm going to have to redraw that cape. Sorry, holding my breath as I draw. A little bit like that. And then this has to change. So, see, I drew that in the panels. Didn't like that. So, here we go. Arg. And there you go. That moves up to down, raise down, get rid of this one. Seems to be gone. Yes. Okay. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to move this cape down this section. See if I could do that to where I want it to be. It has to be down here more. And then fix the rest of this. Yay. Get rid of this and fix this. It's a simple fix. And then cape in the back. Too much cape in the back. And I'm gonna make things a little easier on myself, again, with another layer, because I'm awful at this. And then making extra lines. It would be helpful if I made this line first, right? Before I erase that line. And then go back and erase that line. There, see? Simple. Simple shit. Might have to fix that, but right now it's pretty good. It's good and good. Now looking at it, I'm seeing some of the things here. Let's see. Gonna fudge this a little bit here. Kind of, nope. Again, merge this down. Yay, all right. Let's see here. Maybe too big. A little bit better. Works out. Looky. I'm avoiding that hand. I know what you're thinking, because I was thinking it too. If I avoid that hand, maybe it'll get miraculously drawn by itself. But that's not how things work. And nope, nope. I just got uh, a watch that we're under heavy snow advisory. I'm not gonna like that tomorrow when I have to dig out from under it, probably. Maybe that way around the curve of the body works better. There you go. Now, see what happens. Move back to the glass. This way it's not, too much of a burden. If you just have to sit here and just draw shards of glass, then that's not. Now, if I'm smart, what I'll do is I'll save this one individual layer as a template. So this way, next time I need shards of glass, I could do that. Now, the other thing I could also do is this. Don't tell anyone though. Don't tell anyone this part. Don't tell anyone that part. That's a little cheating, but you know. And then you just take that and you merge it down. Shh, it's a secret. Don't tell anybody about that. That's our secret. It's definitely our secret. And then you can just take individual ones and copy them over. So if I work on a cluster like up here, like that, up in this area here, seems a little too big, too heavy-handed there. Then I could do that again. And just take that and move it. Even like that. Or something. Shh, again, our secret, don't tell anybody. And then you just made another little cluster there. And it's a little bigger, so, you can make it look like it's not or it is, and then add other pieces in between and right there. And that all works. And there we have glass, ladies and gentlemen. And some pieces off the page, obviously. Shattering. I have shattering sounds in my head. See, it doesn't look like a lot of glass, but then, you take it, you double it, you erase some pieces, you put on other pieces, it all works out. You don't have to draw every single one of them. You can draw a bunch. Like I said, you go back or I do anyway. You don't have to. You do it the way you want. But I figure if I draw a few here and there, and then go back and do this panel, and then go back and do another panel, and then come back and do more glass, that it works. It all comes together in a panel of shattered glass, jagged, pointy, sharp glass. Especially if you take it from areas that are like in here that are covered by other lines, and then you could go out and draw some other ones or take and copy and paste those. It does save time and energy. Use drawing digitally sometimes. And now I do have to add another layer in here, and that's going to be my shatter layer. And I might actually just change colors on that. I know, doesn't look like it, but I'll fix some of them. Thicker lines, thinner lines. But this is also on a different layer, so I can, if I screw up or anything like that, I can just delete. And it's underneath my other glass layer. Yeah, and see that glass is shattered now. It is shattered glass. Because then this is happening. Maybe not there. Hey, I got my one viewer back. That's awesome. Thanks. Might be the NFA still, though. You can jump in and tell me who you are if you want. Only if you want to. No pressure. That's starting to look something shattered. Something awful. Nope, not liking that. Again, my comic, I can make it look like what I want to. See if it works for me or not. Trying to make it look like shattered glass as much as possible. Made the lines out radiate. Go right off the page with some of these things. I didn't think it was possible, but it is. So again, that tends to get a little bit more monotonous as well. So that might be a mistake. Too many on the face there. So I'll go above. And again, this is a fun comic. So one that I want to do in terms of I don't know what'll happen with it, but probably self-publish it because I'm mainly doing it here online. I want to fix this before I get too far. And just fix that line before I forget. Let's see. And then again, if that gets to be a little too much, sometimes I'll stop and go on to something else, because it's can get a little bit too much with the lines. But like if you put the work in, then the page will come out kind of cool. And then other times, some of these lines will get covered up, and you'll be like, "Why did I waste all that time?" But it's not a waste. It's not a waste. Not at all. Move things around the page. Fractured, shattered. It'll come together in color too. But again, if it's that's not doing it in the moment, I can always, switch back and do something else. I might move on to the bottom panel, but I've also been on here for an hour, so I may have to run soon. I appreciate everybody checking this out. Those of you that are with me live, that'd be cool. That's been cool. If you check it out on replay, thank you very much. Subscribe, because this way you'll get notifications when I go live, and we can continue this work on this moon project, as it were. And again, get to the point where might have to abandon ship here, but definitely will be coming back to work on this again. So thanks. I appreciate you guys coming along. I've been on here for an hour. I know I should be on here longer, but figured I'd try it during the daytime. Got to do some other stuffs, but I'll be back. Definitely. Thanks, man.